congratulations. I mean, I have to say, extremely impressive games. I finally got to commentate on them today. Yesterday, I missed most of your matches, but um, what's the secret? Have you been in shape lately, practicing a lot, or just feeling good?
Well, I actually feel good, and recently in August, I moved to St. Louis, and
Yeah.
I'm playing for the SLU chess team, and I actually
Yeah.
believe I've improved my skills after August, and like there's a lot of support, and I think this helped me a lot, and I boosted my confidence, I would rather say.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I mean, your time management was very good. You were almost never in time trouble.
well, the funny thing is, I also play very quickly in classical games. I almost not think in my moves, which is not the best thing to do, but in
Yeah.
blitz events, it's helpful sometimes. So, especially in the 3+2 section, it's helped me a lot, I think, to keep my time more.
Yeah. No, it was definitely good. Is Ali what I should call you, or Semil, or
My actual name is Jamil Jan, but here in St. Louis, they call me JJ, which is like an
JJ?
easier version for everyone to pronounce.
Yeah.
And I believe it will be worldwide known like that as
Okay.
JJ.
So JJ.
Yeah, you can call me JJ.
That's cool. There's a TV series called Westworld, and the director is called JJ as well. One of my favorite series, so it's a good name. So okay, I'll use JJ. So out of you played, I think five matches or six. So what did you have any one where you really felt you were lucky, or that was the most difficult by far, or
I actually think the
Yeah.
first game was the toughest for me. I was playing Grandmaster Ituzaga, and I was actually completely worse in both games where I was playing white. But I was lucky that he actually blundered an exchange in the third game, and also in the first one he blundered his he got a worse endgame suddenly where there was actually nothing wrong with his position. So after being able to win against Grandmaster Ituzaga,
Yeah.
I believed I could keep on going because it was an upset which made me motivated to play against other strong players. And after I won the next two rounds, it was easier for me to play today with motivation at least.
Yeah, how was it playing a teammate? You beat a Ituzaga 2.5-half, which is he's a very good blitz player. That's already a big upset. Then you had to play Rambaldi, who is a teammate of yours, right?
Yeah, he's actually my roommate. There is like a restroom in between, so the rooms are not actually connected. We were playing at different ends of the rooms, and it was pretty interesting to play him. But I believe I was lucky to
You won 3-0, but you guys probably played for fun and you trained together, so you know each other very well.
We know each other very well, and he was not playing the best of his chess, and I was lucky me.
It seems like and out of all the players in the tournament, you were maybe one of the only players who didn't have to go to tie breaks. You then beat Musard, who had just beaten Grishuk, 2.5-half very comfortably.
In the third round against Musard, I was actually very lucky that we got in two of my preparations, actually, opening preparations. The first one, I played the same against Ralph Mamedov in actually a classical game. I was clearly better, but we ended up having a draw and an agreement because it was a team competition.
Mm-hmm.
So I was lucky that he fell in one of the main traps of the line. And after that, there was like a solid draw with black, and the third game, it just fell apart.
It seemed like it was something you knew very well based on how quickly you played and confidently. And then today you did go into tie breaks. You played against Artemiev, who's known as one of the best young players and blitz players in the world. That went into tie breaks. Did you feel any differently there? Anything about that match? If I recall, you were getting very nice positions as white against him, and then with black.
I lost the first game actually, which was not as planned. But then after coming back, I felt I can maybe
that was the first
take
game
the game
you
to
lost.
the tie breaks. Yeah.
that was the only game you lost at that point. You didn't lose yesterday, which was crazy.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
So,
and after losing, I needed to come back, certainly. But after coming back, I felt better. But playing a tie breaks is tougher because we have only 2 games to play. We cannot really make up for any loss. So it was a decisive one, but I don't think I've played any terrible chess. At least I did my best. And
yeah, and against Safrali, did you mouse slip in that one game with White?
the point is, I play bullets sometimes very often on ICC or any other site, and the settings were set to smart move. And once by mistake I hit the E pawn and automatically went to E5 because that's the only available square. I was expecting D5 and I was trying to take ED and my mouse was on the E pawn, but I clicked on it and it automatically went to E5 as there are no other squares for the pawn. And of course, pawn down is...
No, of course, you still almost held that, but yeah, that was unfortunate because you had won a really nice game in the Tarash right before you games in the French against Safarli, who's actually considered, pretty. That's an opening he knows very well, and you scored 2 big wins with Black.
Yeah, we have actually played together in Dubai Open last year, and he played knight c3. So I was kind of surprised when he played knight d3 and to play the isolated pawn. But I assume, and it's correctly assumed, that I checked the line. Of course, we have played together in the Open. So he probably wanted to have a slow grind, but yeah, I know the position's sort of quite good.
So I mean, after this, when I was trying to get my norms and get the GM title, when I started playing really well in Blitz, I wanted to play classical tournaments. Do you have that same feeling right now? I mean, your confidence must be pretty much at an all-time high to play a bit.
Yeah, this is actually the best probably I have performed ever, and I'll be playing classical events. I'm not sure if they're directly related because classical chess is not the same as Blitz because opponents have more time to consider and evaluate everything. But of course, I feel very motivated even to play against these players and actually score the wins even in a Blitz event. Mm-hmm. Especially when it is 3+2, it's tougher to beat very strong grandmasters because there's an increment.
And that's actually where you won the match, was in 3+2. So that was extremely impressive to me.
The last game I actually blundered that I cannot play c4 check, and things turned out to be bad. But I was lucky that he didn't actually have time to.
He didn't have time. Maybe you're still winning. I thought you played the last game very nicely. You just didn't allow him really counterplay to try to. You played, you played quick and you traded off some key pieces, but you didn't really allow. One thing I noticed is you hardly ever. I mean, obviously you're experienced in this, but you hardly ever made big mistakes. The only time was when. You took advantage of a lot of mistakes from your opponent. You played quickly. You waited for mistakes. You played positions you knew. You didn't really ever. You hardly ever spend a minute on a move. Your practical decision making seemed to be on point, like your instincts, like your game against Artemiev. He just blundered a piece. You were just seemed like you definitely hardly ever. If you blundered, it would be like a pawn at most or like a position, but you never really. Make a game-ending blunder. It's always like you make a small mistake and then you just play as if nothing happened and just put pressure on your opponent's time and things like that. It seemed like the instincts were very, very on point during the tournament.
Yeah, these skills I try to improve, and I try to work on the intuition part, especially when you're playing Blitz. You just more or less play the first move which comes to your mind. And this affects me in classical chess as well. Mm-hmm. I generally tend to play the first moves which come to my mind, but not often they're right. But in Blitz, I just try to just play it and then let's see what happens. Okay, I made slight inaccuracies probably, or many big ones. Right. But the last one, I blundered the whole rook by taking on d5, but it was not so bad after all because I had a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turned out to be lucky.
Well, that's so right now you're a student, right?
Yes, I'm a computer engineering student and I'm a freshman. Hopefully it will all end in like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'll be free for summer.
Yeah, then
and play
you'll
chess.
Play some chess. Are you going to stay in North America?
I'll be moving. I will go to Europe for the European individual. So
okay. Oh, so that's your next big tournament then?
Next big tournament is an invitational event in St. Louis.
Okay.
And then
I will see you there.
Yeah, and then I'll be going to Minsk directly.
That's well. No, I mean, this is out of all the times they've held the ICC Open, this is definitely one of the biggest, in a way, upset results based on your. I don't know if an IM has won before, but also, I mean, the way you did it was exceptional because you were winning, you were leading every single match for the most part, and hardly lost. So I didn't know about it before. I mean, I haven't seen many of your Blitz games, or we haven't played too much, but definitely very impressive. And wish you good luck in your next tournaments, and we'll be hearing from you more, I'm sure, after this. So if you have any last comments, but otherwise, you've been playing 2 days of Blitz, and you're still so.
Yes, I actually played another rapid event last night in the St. Louis Chess Club. So I've been playing chess a lot these 2 days.
You're fresh. All right. Well, congratulations once again. That was very smooth, very impressive, and it's a good prize as well for a Blitz event. There's 4,200. So
yeah,
you'll be able to treat yourself to something nice for that. So thanks, JJ. And
thank you, Eric.
And I'll be seeing you next month. I'll be in St. Louis as well. So
perfect.
Good luck. Good luck with your studies until then.
Thanks. See you there.
See you there.